Dan Wallach, who helped build the star vote system out of Texas. These are some of his opinions. He says, 1. A quick thread about online mobile voting and why I think we have better alternatives available to solve the same problems. I wouldn't say this is quick, but we'll go through it. Here's a link to nationalacademies.org, the future of voting, accessible, reliable, verifiable technology, which of course we should never trust. 2. There's a National Academy study from 2018 on online voting. Everything is still current. Nothing new from cryptocurrencies would change the issues they raise. Nonetheless, we regularly see announcements where somebody is conducting a pilot. Some other countries regularly conduct elections online. Seems like a no-brainer for convenience, accessibility, and/or COVID safety. Oh, okay, yeah. Useful frame. Quantifying the risk of getting the wrong outcome. As the number of online votes gets within a margin of victory, which you might guess in advance, then the risk that online tamper votes might throw the election increases. More online votes equals higher risk. We might be able to do better for specific communities like overseas military personnel, where we have hopefully more secure computers and we have universally available authentication devices, CAC cards. Right now, some vote is via fax, which is not great. That's true. What we really need is something in between traditional in-precinct voting and general-purpose online voting. I'd really like to see an expansion of vote centers, which is worth explaining because they're not universal. No, we do not need to expand vote centers. The idea of a vote center is that any voter can go to any location with their city or county and will be given their specific ballot. This is often done in conjunction with early voting. Voters enjoy the convenience. Vote anywhere you want. It's not that convenient. Vote centers, as a general rule, require online e-poll books to make sure a voter cannot vote more than once. Definitely vulnerable to DOS attacks, but we could/should require e-poll books to have full local data with degraded offline operation. If you vote in precinct, you won't be able to vote multiple places because you won't be on that precinct list. Okay. Threat modeling exercise. Under a DOS attack with degraded e-poll book sake, this could allow a voter to cast votes at multiple locations. They'd be discovered post-election and subject to significant criminal penalties. Would this be sufficient to dissuade them? Probably not. No, because no one's enforcing the law. So, 10. I can go to any vote center in my home county, but I can't go to a vote center elsewhere. Why not? This is where I'd like to see innovation. The problem isn't so much with computer security as it's with data exchange standards. Okay, so he wants us to be able to go anywhere in Texas or anywhere in the country and vote in a Texas election. That's what he wants right now. There are a ton of mundane problems to solve, like all the contradictory and confusing state-by-state regulations on elections. Example, requirements to rotate candidate ordering versus using a state-mandated ordering. Tabulation would be more complicated, but not outrageous. We would scan visitors' paper ballots locally, transmit electronically with fancy end-to-end V encryption, and follow up with postal mail. Wow. If we could do that across state lines, then we could do it internationally. It would now be feasible to have our embassies, consulates, and military bases set up temporary vote centers. Wow, this is what this guy, he's a total globalist. And we'd have all the fundamental durability properties of paper ballots. No, we wouldn't. Plus, all the fundamental anti-coercion/anti-bribery properties of voting in private booths. Nope. Could a foreign nation, state, adversary tamper with a structure like this? They could certainly mess with the voter registration side, but there are no secret ballots there. The security architecture looks like a pretty vanilla online database. You mess with the registration side, you're gonna get fake ballots. By having paper ballots, which the voters mark themselves, or via a marking device, flowing through a trustworthy physical channel, e.g. a State Department's courier's diplomatic pouch. Oh, okay. Yeah. We can mitigate the worst risks of online voting. Yeah, right. Yet we can use sophisticated cryptographic protocols to transmit preliminary data in a way that allows remote voters' privacy to be ensured by mixing their ballots within local ballots prior to decryption. All of this so that people not in Texas can vote in Texas elections. Just for example, a Twitter thread is not the place to explain all the properties of end-to-end verifiable voting protocols, but I'll note that I'm one of the contributors to Microsoft's election bug, open source implementation. We can do this.